I want to bring your brother.
You want to do what?
Bring your brother.
So that's what type of woman I married?
No.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Am I stuttering? You want to bring my brother in?
Spice it up a little bit. It's just your brother.
So you for the streets, right?
It's not for the streets. I'm keeping it in the family.
Hey man, y'all hear this? This is supposed to be my wife, not my girlfriend, but my wife. She asked to bring my brother. Not know, like, are you still like this is blowing my mind right now?
I just want to spice it up a little bit. It's getting kind of boring.
Spice it up with my brother. So that means on Thanksgiving, Christmas, every time you've been around, you've been looking at him like this, right?
No, not every time. Not every time.
Look at you, and like you dead serious right now.
Yes, I'm dead serious. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
Girl, you
That's your brother. I'm not asking everybody else. What you mean? I'm asking you.
I can't believe this right now. And you know, I was thinking about having a baby with you.
We can still.
Obviously, this is scripted, but make no mistake, women will get to the point where they don't respect you that much. They have that least amount of respect for you until they'll ask questions like this. They'll ask questions like this, and even if they don't have no intentions on doing it, they just want to see what you're gonna say. They just want to see what you're gonna say. And sometimes a woman can just, she don't even really want to be with you no more. She don't want to be with you no more. She probably then found somebody else. She out there in the streets, and she just thinking one day like, I'm gonna see if this fool gonna go for this. I'm just gonna see. I'm just gonna ask him the most ridiculous shit in the world, and I'm just gonna see what he gonna say. Just cause I can do it.
I don't know. I think sometimes there are those situations where some women, when they're in that type of lifestyle, they get with one man and it's all gravy and good, and they meet their brother or their friends or their best friends, their boys, their cousins, and all of a sudden, for some reason, their attraction starts to be more towards the other man, based on physical alone. Or it could be, after, men tend to talk about their brothers, tend to talk about, their boys. And she's hearing all these things and getting to be around these guys. And she could have developed an attraction for her brother. Because when he asked her, you mean Christmas holidays, all this time you've been looking? She said, not every time. Which means sometimes, yeah, she looked at him that way. But not every time. And I think that kind of stuff happens because the weakness. I talk about that all the time, the desire to resist temptation. When you have not achieved that level of, humanity to resist the temptations of life, you can find yourself getting off into something like that and thinking it's okay. Because I don't know what it is that's going on today, that all women think that it's a man fantasy or desire to have multiple women. I don't know who writing the script for this, but this seemed to be the new trend, that every man wants two women, or a man wants to have a threesome, or a man wants to take it to the next level, to find. That's not men nature, I mean, if it's given to them and it's a situation that they might be with their boys and something going down or it comes, some guys will accept that. But typically, that men are not going to just ask you to do this. Some will. But that's a different type of man. But a man with any kind of respect or pride, especially a man who marries you, he's not going to ask you to do anything like this. And I don't know why I guess she had no respect for him to think that was okay to ask him that. And then about his brother, and then homegirl said, it's called keeping it in the family.
Yeah, that's like I said, it's no respect. But going to what you're saying, uh, shit, most men can't handle one woman, let alone two. And because a lot of guys think dealing with two women at the same time on the perspective of the sex portion, the sex part. I get to have fun in the bedroom, but what happens outside the bedroom when you have to take responsibility for two people?
Mm-hmm.
You have to deal with all their problems, all their issues. Uh, some
Yeah.
men think that, hey man, I got two women, then I can, they can basically be doing things that I need them to do. And what I need them to do is maybe I have businesses to run and they're making money for me in that aspect. But we all know, man, women come with problems. I don't care if they are making you money, they come with problems
There you go.
that you and men, we tend to want to fix problems, but you gonna have your problem plus the number one woman problem and the number two women problem. So you're gonna have three sets of problems to deal with because life is always up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is what you gotta decide, is the sex worth all that? Is what you have them doing as far as making money worth all that financial contributions, or that is it worth all? Do you have them doing the nurturing part? Is that worth all that? Because after they didn't cook, they didn't clean, after they didn't listen to your problems, which you shouldn't be sitting there telling them all your problems in the first place. After the sex part gone, then all the other stuff kick in that you got to deal with. But going back to the respect part, man, ain't no woman that respect you gonna ask you no question like this. She'll never do it. She just doing it because she know you weak. She don't give, either she know you might go for something like this because you just that weak, or she don't care about you no more. So she just trying to see what the hell you gonna say. She just tell you, just saying, man, this stupid ass dude to do anything. Let me see. Listen, turn around and bend over. Let me see if you're gonna do this here. That's basically what it turned boiled down to.
No.
When a woman start asking you dumb ass question like this,
no,
and then she say, the man go, well, you've been looking at my brother all the time. Well, sometimes. Come on now. At that point, she don't care. That's why she admitted she ain't had no problem.
Well, she says she's bored.
Exactly.
So, she
exactly. I'm bored. But if a woman respect you, she can be bored out of her mind. She's never gonna come up with no cockamamie shit like this. Period. She's not gonna do it. She's not gonna do it.
She says she's bored.
And that's what
you gotta do something to solve her bored.
Ain't nothing he can do. Ain't nothing.
You gotta solve her boredom.
At this point, it's nothing he can do because she sees him as a weak man, and the only thing he can do is chalk this up as a loss and start thinking about how he gonna move forward with his life. Leave this alone.
Well, he said he was gonna have a baby with her, and she said we can still do that. He just better make sure it's his and not his brother's.
If you trying to have a baby with this woman, you a fool, man. You are a fool.
That's his wife.
Hey, I don't care if I don't care if that's the Christ him savior. No, I ain't about to have no baby not talking like this.
Maybe she thought he was into it, Just maybe she thought.
I mean,
that's why she offered up the brother. She might have knew he couldn't handle outside man. She said, let's keep it all in the family.
And I know in the comments it's gonna be like always. Oh man, y'all didn't know there was a skit. Listen, this is a skit, but guess what? It's women that talk to men and ask them way more ridiculous and disgusting questions than this in their marriage. And not only do they do that, they commit more disgusting acts. So let's not even think about a skit. This is very real in relationships, period.
With any relationship, skits are just a deflection of what's going on, a deflection of what's going on in a relationship. That's why people are able to do the skits. So things that has happened to them or somebody around them or something they were told, they say, you know what? Let's put this into action and see what it looks like and how it will make people feel. That's why skits are designed. That's just like with movies. It's something that someone thinks of based on some of the things that has happened. And they tell you a lot of time they dramatize some stuff to make it more entertaining, but it's it's actually real life and what happened to those people in their story. So, when we're using videos to constantly say the issue is the skit, the issue is not the skit. The issue is, what would you do if this was to happen to you? How would you handle this? Would you accept a woman saying something like this to you? Because it could happen, and there are people out there that this is happening to. We did one, and the guy said, man, this is happening to me right now.
Exactly.
The one with the old man in the nursing home, the lady
Hmm.
said there was some people being abused. So these, regardless to whether they're skits or not, people are actually experiencing some of these things in their relationships, and
Now,
and they're looking for answers.
on her behalf, you know, if he's that beta and he's acting that much like a sucker, then why not ask them some shit like this? Try to do something like this, I can say you wrong for it, but man, I'm not gonna jump down your throat if you wish to do it, because it's just some of these guys out here that got to the point where they'll just take anything off a woman. They'll take anything out of relationship, and vice versa. So if you that big of a sucker and that's the how you want to go around living your life, and then because every time somebody like me give you some advice, you ain't finna take it. You gonna look at me like, oh man, you ain't no real man. You ain't no real man. You always women bashing this shit. Okay, do it. I ain't gonna tell you nothing, man. Get in a relationship. Let a woman get to the point where she don't respect you at all. She's gonna do this, and then I don't want to hear you coming up to us or getting on the internet, getting in comments, going in groups and whining, especially not to me, because I don't want to hear it. But hey, each to his own. That's all I can say. That's
The
all I can say.
interesting part, it looked like there's a part two. I would love to know uh, what happened. Did they confront the brother, and how did he respond to that? Because I would hope he would be a stand up guy, and just be like, really? You know, never know.
You never know, man.
But what women need to understand is blood is thicker than water.